Yo, what's going on, man? Today is October the 31st. Happy Halloween, man. I feel like the books spooked me. They tricked me last night. I absolutely got smoked yesterday. So we'll jump into a quick recap as we always do. It's only 4 games on the board for today. Hopefully we can find some winners. I have not done the necessary due diligence for the entire card. So I'll do a little bit more work after the show. I have not placed the bet yet. I haven't sent anything out to the members. After the dogs go 8-3 yesterday, which I liked a couple of the dogs, didn't end up getting there with them. But after the dogs go 8-3 yesterday, you kind of want to take your time moving into the slate, in my opinion, for the next game, especially after taking the biggest loss of the season. Yesterday, I had 4 plays. They're all on the screen here. Charlotte had, I think, a 20-point lead. They ended up losing, winning the game by 5. Nasty work by them. Atlanta had a 15-point lead in the first half. They covered the first half. They lose the game outright by double digits to the Wizards. Got to circle them and figure out what's going on there. Memphis gets pretty injured, only scores 18 points in the fourth quarter on the second leg of a back-to-back today, and they go under their team total. And the Lakers decided from the tip they weren't going to guard Cleveland. Cleveland shoots the ball from three-point line like the Lakers were on a back-to-back last night. And the total goes over pretty easily. So 0-4 day for myself. I got to do a little bit better, man. I got to be a little bit better. Maybe being better is just not making bets. We'll see. But I hate losing. If you've been around for long, you know I absolutely hate losing. So we'll see if we can get back on track today. Probably don't really like the slate too much, and kind of wanted to talk it out with you guys a little bit. Won't talk too much about Jackson because I'm losing. So I don't really care about doing too many promotions, but if you're interested, check Jackson out. It'll help you with your sports betting. It'll help you with football. Somebody hit me up yesterday. It was like, Chris, does it handicap soccer? And I was like, I'm not sure. Let me double check. So I typed some soccer stuff in, and it gives you a breakdown for the soccer games as well, soccer player props. So soccer, baseball, which baseball is over. Shout out to the Dodgers for getting that done last night. Big comeback win for them. But player props, like fantasy sports, whatever you need, you can check out Jackson. There's a referral code in the description of the video. I see a lot of people have been signing up. So, I'm still looking for feedback. Let me know what you guys are thinking about Jackson. I'm going to go through a couple of the comments real quick, and then we'll get on with the show, man. Real quick. Let's see who in here. Aaron says, good morning, Chris and community. I think the Cavs are for real. Smash the like button for the show. Appreciate that, Aaron. And the Cavs are for real. I almost got there with the plus 4.5 for the Lakers yesterday, but I lost enough with the under. So, yeah, the Cavs offense under Atkinson looks really, really good. I know they got Orlando up next. It's going to be a good game tomorrow, I think that is. He says they were 11-1 to start the season last year. I cashed big time with them, then and now. Like it. Glad you cashed. What's up, Justin? Fear Elite says, what's up, Chris? Let's get to work today. What's up, AB? What's good, King Predictions? 5-star says, rise and shine. Gage says, good morning. Happy Halloween. Definitely a spook yesterday. Man, I was pissed last night. Jesus, boy. Charlotte Hawks money line in the 2-leg. Yeah, it was all bad yesterday. Good morning. Is that a Keelan? I think is how you pronounce that. Good morning to you. That's the worst part right here. The board course says I took Detroit first half spread. That was your lean. I said I like Detroit yesterday. Go back and watch the show. I said I like Detroit yesterday. I said I like Indiana yesterday. I said I like the over in the Indiana and Boston game yesterday. I said it was Portland or pass, and I didn't play any of the ugly dogs yesterday, and they all were the ones that cashed. Tomorrow says also had Atlanta and the Hornets laying points with teams who don't play defense. Wasn't a great idea in hindsight, and I agree with that. SK says can't see Memphis sitting Bane is smart and Ja. Can we trust the Bucks? I don't trust the Bucks, SK. We're gonna jump right to that in a second. JT says I take losing like that too. You don't need a reminder, but this is a marathon, not a sprint. We're here because we know what we're doing, and I agree with that, JT. I appreciate that, but I still hate losing. I hate the bad days, and then you get a super small slate with not a lot that you like. So I gotta do some diving, man. Got to do some diving into it. Florence says I like that energy, Chris. It's time to get the business for sure, man. Let's do just that. I'm trying to get through the comments. I don't even want to get through the comments. Let's just jump into the game, see how we can get paid today, man. Let's jump into the game, see how we can get paid today. All right, let's go. Let's go. First game on the board. We got the Bucks and the Grizzlies. I'm not even sure what the line opened at. I tried to stay up. It wasn't available last night. when I went to sleep last night. I never saw the line come out for this game. But when I woke up this morning, it was 6.5, which is where it's kind of sitting right now. Not sure what the total opened at, but it looks like 226 is the total right now. So injury report, I kind of mentioned it already. But the Milwaukee Bucks only have Chris Middleton listed as out. And then on the Memphis Grizzlies side, one of the reasons why they didn't get to 118 and 119 last night, in my opinion, is because they ended up losing Marcus Smart. I think he rolled his ankle, and he rolled his ankle in the first half after stepping on Zaire Williams' foot. Didn't come back, and then Desmond Bane also went down with an oblique injury and did not return in that game. So I mean, this kind of feels like the Memphis Grizzlies from last year almost. Like you go through and you just look at Ja Morant's minutes in these games, and I mean they were like really frustrated. I got a chance this morning when I woke up to go back and kind of look at listen to what the Grizzlies were saying last night, because I mean they're super disappointed in themselves, and Coach Taylor Jenkins also pretty frustrated as well. But Ja Morant minutes, man, you look at him. Last night he plays 29 in a game where he clearly needed to play more against the Orlando. He didn't play in the Chicago game, and before that they played Orlando. He only played 25. Houston he played 24, and Utah he played 28. So like I understand the ramp up, but like, can we really trust Taylor Jenkins? Like, is Ja Morant even going to play today? I have no idea. There's potential that Ja Morant could potentially sit in this spot, especially if Desmond Bane and Marcus Smart, like if they don't have a chance against the Bucks, which I kind of feel like they still got a chance against the Bucks. They've played the Bucks really, really well recently, even being shorthanded as well. People remember back to the game last season. I vividly remember the game before the All-Star break. The Bucks were laying like 13 in this spot on the road. The game before the All-Star break. It was the last game before the All-Star break on a Thursday, I think, on TNT, and the Bucks got smoked in that spot, lost that game outright. So it's not like Memphis, even with their, role players can't play this Bucks team well. It's just like, who's going to play for Memphis? It's really starting to frustrate me with Memphis. I didn't play them, but I thought they were the right side in the Chicago game. And I didn't play them. I did play their team total last night. Didn't play them on the spread. And you got a Bucks team on the opposite side. Enough talking about the hobbled Memphis Grizzlies. The Bucks on the opposite side are coming off 2 days rest. Third straight road game for them, I think, before they end up going back home. I talked about the head-to-head series. Memphis has won 7 of the last 10. They've covered and won 5 straight in the head-to-head series as well. The play that I'm looking at right now, and I have not pulled the trigger on it yet, but I think the under is the right play. I just think that if in totality, based on what we know about the teams right now, the Grizzlies are still down some key players in Luke Kennard, Vince Williams, Gigi Jackson. We don't know the status of Marcus Smart and Desmond Bane. If those guys are ruled out, and Ja Morant potentially is ruled out as well on the second leg of a back-to-back, then I do think we see a Grizzlies team kind of like last year, where they're just going to have to go out there, scrap and claw, and play really good defense and not rely on their offense. So far, their offensive rating has been pretty good this season. The Grizzlies are, let me just get to it because I do think I had it pulled up. And the Grizzlies offense is 8th in points scored per 100 possessions, 10th in effective field goal percentage, 12th in turnover percentage. Hold on, I'm sorry. 8th in points scored per 100 possessions, 12th in effective field goal percentage, and 7th in offensive rebounding rate. But the Bucks don't give up a ton of offensive rebounds. It's one of the good things that they do well. They don't force any turnovers either. And the Grizzlies have been turning the ball over left and right as well. I know the Bucks defense hasn't looked great. They're giving up the 5th most points per 100 possessions. And like I said, not forcing a lot of turnovers, but at least they've had a chance to kind of get some practices under their belt with having a couple days off. So I lean under. Both of the teams do rank top 6 in pace, but neither team is top 10 offensively. As far as points scored, well, the Memphis Grizzlies are now, but I did my notes last night. And as I was just thinking about it a little bit more today, I was thinking about, I wonder how like home dogs do that are unrested coming off back-to-back losses as a home favorite, because the Grizzlies lost the game last night. They lost the game versus the Bulls, but unrested home dogs coming off back-to-back losses as home favorites. They're 17-9 to the under, and the last 8 straight have gone under the total. And since the 2018 season, they're staying under by an average of about a little bit over 11 points per contest. So if Bane and Marcus Smart don't play, I do think we could potentially see it under. I also think Milwaukee's defense, I mean, it can only get better, in my opinion. It can only get better based on, how bad they've been playing, and now they're rested in this spot. So it'd be under or nothing. Not really sure what I'll do with the side. Let's see what you guys are saying. What's up, Can't Stop? Appreciate you for dropping in this morning, J-Man. What y'all saying about this game? Tomorrow says Bucks -4.5 in his pocket. He got it yesterday. He says, let's see what this query right here is that he has. So let me look at this real quick. So got the good number. I don't know if I want to lay this many points with the Bucks on the road. Okay. So a losing streak of 3 or more, and then your road favorite. It's a nice spot. 57.7% over. This is well over about 600 plus games. That makes a ton of sense tomorrow. SK says open 4.5, he believe. Yep, and that's what tomorrow said he got it at. Tomorrow also says Grizzlies 5th and 7 nights. Yeah, I think that lends itself to under as well. I actually had that in my notes. I got my calendar updates to remind myself. There's a couple other teams that got 5th and 7 nights coming up. I think the Raptors do. I think it's like in 2 or 3 days. Great call out by tomorrow here. It's looking like Bucks, or like I said, I think under. Not sure. This line probably continues to move as well. If you can get a 6, now that we're talking it out, it does feel like 6 is the right side. The under in this query that tomorrow sent also is pretty strong. 322, 284, and 20. That's about 53.1%. So this is an under trend as well. Appreciate you sharing tomorrow. Forgot to write down that Grizz in 5th. Like I said, it popped up in my notes yesterday. Jermaine says Buck spots here as well. What up? Whip? Prolific says, good morning, Chris. Went 0-1 yesterday, but we'll get it back. Yeah, they've been terrible, Justin, for sure. What's up, Mitchell? What's up, JLB Best? He says, no NBA active systems for me today, but let's get paid with the Texans +2. Do like the Texans tonight, man. TC Best says he likes Dame over his 24.5 points. I had some stuff on Dame over his 24.5 points as well. And I like his threes over 3.5. Did not play either one of them yet, and wasn't going to talk about them too much here just because I wanted to get through the game without not spend too much time on the games. But I do think it's a big Damian Lillard game. When I was looking into it before the show started, where did I have it at? I have so many tabs open. Damn, I got to be more organized. I'm not going to find it right now, but Dame has gone over his points prop in every game this season except one, I think it was. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 games. 3 of the 4 games so far, he's gone over 24.5, and he's had 30 in 2 games. 28 against the Chicago Bulls. Against the Brooklyn Nets, he only had 21. But off back-to-back losses to Brooklyn and Boston, actually they've lost 3 straight games. Chicago, Brooklyn, and Boston. Makes a ton of sense here. I may even get there with the Bucks, man. I might lay it with the Bucks, or at least take their team total over. I still don't feel like I can trust them defensively, but I do think that this line probably closes, outside of 6, probably in favor of the Bucks. Makes a lot of sense. What's up, sincerely? Any football picks this morning? Not for me, helping hands. I do like NFL. I like Joe Mixon rushing plus receiving yards. I think the line was +1, was 110. I think the over there for Joe Mixon. I think he has a big game against the Jets on the ground and through the air, especially with no Nico Collins and no Stephon Diggs, who is done for the season. I like Nico a lot. I mean, I like Joe Mixon a lot today, but I do like the +2 for Houston as well. I'm just not laying points with the Jets. Yeah, right. I don't care who they got. What's up, Dano? Appreciate you for tapping in. Dream says, caught my guy live. Hit the like button for the GOAT game. Appreciate you, Dream. Hope all is well with you too, bro, and you enjoyed the vacation. Keith says, morning, Chris. Memphis 3-point defense is so bad. Got to take Dame or Gary Trent here. Yeah, that was what I looked at yesterday as well. So Memphis 27th in opponent. Well, yeah, Memphis is 27th in. This was going into last night. They were 27th in opponent above the break 3-point frequency and 21st in opponent 3-point accuracy, allowing teams to shoot 37.5%. Memphis also 25th in opponent 3-point accuracy, allowing teams to shoot 40% overall from three so far this season. So yeah, it's a Damian Lillard and Gary Trent Jr. 3 type game for sure. Yeah, and Dream said the same thing right here. He says Grizz bleeding threes, laddering the guys. Yeah, I think it's a big spot, big step up spot for the Bucks here, especially coming off 3 straight losses. All right, let's move on to the next one. I think we did a pretty good job here. Let's move on to the next one. We got the Rockets and the Mavs. This line opened at 5 yesterday in favor of the Mavs, and it's been pushed to 6.5. There's some 6s out there, I think, as well. The total has come down. This was at 227.5 yesterday. It's down to 225.5. So some money coming in on the under here. And injury report real quick for the Rockets. I think Steven Adams is the only person listed. He is listed as questionable, I think I saw last night. Yeah, questionable, dealing with a right knee injury. And then on the opposite side for the Dallas Mavericks, it's just Maxi Kleber listed as out with a hamstring injury, and no Dante Exum. He continues to be out. He's going to miss, I think, a couple months. I want to say. I can't remember exactly what it was. So this was the spot, in my opinion, where like I still got to do some work on this game, if I'm being honest. But I'll tell you guys that the Rockets they do have the rest advantage here. They haven't really had to travel. This is their 3rd straight road game, but their road games have been like in Texas. So like they played the Spurs back to back. They lost the first one on the first leg of a back to back. They won the second one, and now they get a Dallas team that has the slight rest disadvantage, and the Dallas Mavericks are coming off a big time win against the Minnesota Timberwolves in their last game. Luka probably won't be 100% after taking that. Have to, kind of injuring his leg. And whenever Luka gets hurt, it always feels like he comes back, though. He kind of reminds me of like Bron in 2013, 2009. Like, Bron just got hurt, he always came back. Luka get hurt, he always come back. Like, he never like hurt, like where he can't play basketball. So anyway, only 1 day's rest for the Dallas Mavericks. They are coming back. It's the first of a really long homestand for the Dallas Mavericks. I think they got like 5 games in a row at the crib. And they've been really good against Dallas. They've beaten the Rockets 6 of the last 7 times. They've covered 3 of the last 4 spreads. If I look at this game from, just like a statistic standpoint, and I want to see just real quick, I want to see if Houston should be able to slow down this Dallas Mavericks offense, because I do feel like that's the best unit on the floor, the Dallas Mavericks offense. Of course, they have a lot of firepower with Klay Thompson now, Luka, Kyrie, and they've really kind of picked up where they left off last year. They are 8th in points scored per 100 possessions. They are not shooting the best from the field, 52% from the field, effective field goal percentage. They're not turning the ball over, though. They're 2nd in turnovers. And they're not doing a good job of getting any offensive rebounds. They're also not getting to the free throw line like they were last year, shooting the 3rd fewest free throws. The Houston defense has actually been pretty good. The 10th in defensive rating, 4th in opponent effective field goal percentage, 5th in turnover rate. So they are forcing turnovers. They're giving up a ton of offensive rebounds, though. 35.2% is the highest in the NBA so far. And they also fouling a lot. 21st, they're putting teams at the free throw line at the 9th highest rate so far this season. So none of those numbers, you don't really like them as much. When you get into, like field goal percentage and like how the Dallas Mavericks are scoring, they are taking a lot of long mid-range shots, which is like that extended free throw line shot. Fifth in frequency there, but they're not shooting it really well. Only 31% from the field, from that shot zone specifically. Everything else is pretty much a three-pointer. Corner threes, they're eighth in corner three frequency, but not shooting it well. 19th at 35%. And you look at this Houston Rockets defense. They're doing a pretty good job, man. They're defending the three-point line really well. Except above the break three. Outside of that, they're defending everything else pretty well. I see them top. I'm not going to get to all the numbers, but they just know that they're top 10 in a lot of these different metrics as far as defending shot zones so far this season. So I already kind of lean Houston plus the points. I do think they're the right side in this game. I have not pulled the trigger quite yet, though. But I'm only looking to take the points with the Houston Rockets in this spot. They also, if you remember last year, the last time these two teams played, Houston, the game was in Dallas. Houston almost won that game. I think they lost. The game went to overtime. It was like 126 to 127, I think it was. Yeah, it went to overtime, and that was when Houston was making their run. Jalen Green was hooping at that time. Jalen Green's hooping now too, but he was hooping at that time, and they were trying to make that late playoff push last season when that game happened. So this is a spot where, like I said, I kind of want the dog. I think 6.5 is a tad bit too much. I think the Houston Rockets can keep this game within the margin. So only looking towards Houston. I think I agree with the total coming down just because Dallas offense has been struggling. Houston's defense has been pretty good. And I do expect the Dallas Mavericks to be able to rely on their defense as well. Their defense has been solid. They're sixth in opponent point score per 100 possessions, ninth in opponent effective field goal percentage, and they're turning the ball. They're turning teams up. Both of these teams take care of the basketball, so it shouldn't be a lot of points off turnover. So Houston plus the points and under would be the only ways that I'm looking to play this game here. Let's see what you guys are saying about this one. I know I said a lot. Let's see. Tomorrow says Rockets are nothing for me. What up, PG? What's up, Mark? Oh, Tomorrow got another query for us here. Appreciate you for dropping these in the chat, Tomorrow. He got so previous winners. I actually was thinking about this. I didn't look it up though. So this is just saying that. Yep, I love it. I love it. So this is saying that the team is coming off a win as a road dog, and now they're a home favorite. They're playing a divisional game, but they got less rest, and it's a very strong trend. Shout out to Tomorrow. 61 and 35 straight up are these home favorites, but they're covering less than 40%. 37 and 57 against the number. 37, 57 and 2. That's 39%. I'll probably be, and they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the last 8 and 7 in a row. Well, 6 of the last 6 in a row and 7 of the last 8 is this trend here. So I'll probably get there with the Rockets. I do think they're the right side in this game. Defensively, they're like the little brother to the Dallas Mavericks, and they all got that whole little triangle Texas thing going. So yeah, it'll be Rockets plus the points here for me, or nothing at all. Appreciate you, Tomorrow. Love that trend there. 5-star says Rockets should be able to keep it close. Jermaine says he likes Fred VanVleet under on his points. Good morning, K. Lewis. SK says Steven Adams' return should reduce their offensive rebounds, should help offensive rebounds that they've been giving up. And I agree with that. If he plays, I'm not sure. I didn't see an update on whether he was going to play or not. J-Dot says, hate to point out the obvious, but Luka's up to 31 points. Third highest of any opponent against 10.4 rebounds, highest against any opponent, 38 points per game over his last 7 versus the Houston Rockets. Appreciate you for dropping that in there, J-Dot. What up, though, Will? He says, I'm a rock with Clay over his 14.5 points. He always comes to play Houston. That's a fact. For whatever reason, I don't know if they skipped on him in the draft. Clay loves playing against Houston. He's had some of the greatest games of his life. Historically, he could be a first ballot Hall of Famer just off his game logs against the Rockets. He always killed the Rockets. I agree with that. Says he's gone over in 2 of the last 3, attempting about 13 shots per game. Cannot talk you off, Will. Like that look a lot. TC Best likes Clay too. He says, I know he's been balling so far this season. I like Jalen Green under 23.5 points in this spot as well. Livestone says Rockets have issues against shifty guards. LaMelo and Trey, even CP3 had 16. Yeah, that's because Fred VanVleet getting kind of old. I mean, he already was never the greatest defender, but I trust the backup, like the bottom line defense, the front court, I guess I should say. What's up, Brian? He says, did you catch the Lakers running isolation play for Bronny last night down 20? They got to send it to the G League. Shout out to Bronny for getting his first points and it being at home. That's probably a special moment for him. But yeah, he gonna play down there. Like he'll go to the G League for sure. Sincerely likes the Mavs. He says all day in this one. So we're on the opposite side for sure. I like the trends that Tomorrow shared. And like I said, I had a little bit more work to do, but yeah, we'll see where the line goes. I don't think it'll touch 7, but if it does, I'll try to get a 7. I like the Rockets in this spot. Next game up I wanted to talk about was the Phoenix Suns and the Clippers. Not sure where this line opened at either. Like I said, I couldn't stay up long enough to get these lines last night, but I did write down 5. Matter of fact, I was up for this. Yeah, I wrote down 5. Clippers were laying 5 last night. The Suns were laying 5 last night. And this total has come up. It was 221.5 last night, and it's up to 223 now. So a little bit of money coming in on the Suns, and the total going up as well. So I guess that correlates with a Phoenix Suns team total over. It's second leg of a back-to-back, of course, for the Clippers. They lost outright as a 7.5-point favorite to the Portland Trailblazers last night, and the Clippers, I'm sorry, not the Clippers, the Phoenix Suns, the more rested team here. They're 3-1 straight up, but only 1-3 against the spread so far this season. This is the game. We just saw these two teams play. I think that's important to mention. On the 23rd, we saw, these two teams play. Was that opening night? I feel like it was the second night after the first game of the season for these two teams. And we saw the Phoenix Suns win that game in overtime. It was 116-113 in overtime. A game that they, probably should have played a little bit better in my opinion. So it didn't have to get there. I sent out the money line at the end of the third quarter. And then, of course, it ended up going to overtime because the Clippers battled back. The Clippers as a dog this season, I think, are going to be a lot more profitable than the Clippers as a favorite, as we saw last night. I think that trend continues throughout this season. Didn't mention the injury report, but Bradley Beal's name is on it. He is listed as questionable for tonight's game with the elbow injury. What is it? Right elbow, shooting elbow as well. Something to take into consideration, of course. And then Josh Okogie also listed as out for the Phoenix Suns. On the opposite side for the Clippers, Mo Bamba, Kawhi Leonard, PJ Tucker continues to not be with the team. So it feels like a little bit of a bounce back spot. The Clippers probably, still have not gotten their first win in their Intuit Dome after losing to this Phoenix Suns team, and then losing, of course, being rested last night to the Portland Trailblazers as well. The Clippers are not in my opinion, the Clippers are not going to be a great offensive team, but being under Coach Tyronn Lue, like they'll always play defense, in my opinion. I think the under is the right play in this game. I think if Bradley Beal plays, I think his point under. I looked at that number, 16.5. I think that's probably going to be good money here. Whenever you got an elbow injury and it's on your shooting arm, like that does not bode well. I'll kind of monitor it as the day goes on. Haven't played it yet, but he is under in back-to-back games. Both of those games coming against the Lakers after going up and over. I think he had 24 in the first game of the season against the Clippers. So I kind of like Bradley Beal under his points. I kind of like this game to go under. I think the Clippers, even on the second leg of a back-to-back, we saw them play really good defense after beating the Denver Nuggets, and then they went to Golden State and also played, really locked in on the defensive end, held the Warriors under their team total. So spot for the Clippers, in my opinion, to kind of get that bad taste out of their mouth after losing last night to the Portland Trailblazers, a game they couldn't score in either. So under would be my best recommendation in this game, even with the total going up. I look at the Phoenix Suns defensively, and they've actually been doing pretty good, like a little bit better than I've expected from them. We know both of these teams play at a pretty slow pace. And if I look at, Phoenix defensively, the top 10 under Coach Mike Budenholzer, 7th in opponent point score per 100 possessions, 7th in opponent effective field goal percentage. They're forcing the 6th most turnover. They're giving up the 6th fewest offensive rebounds, and just not really forcing a lot of turnovers. So I think Phoenix defense will be be good enough to hold this Clippers offense that's not really great. That's not where the Clippers are excelling at this year. 24th in points scored per 100 possessions, 19th in effective field goal percentage. They turn the ball over at the fifth highest rate right now, and also not getting to the free throw line. They struggle. One of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the NBA as well. So yeah, I like under, and I don't really have too strong of an opinion on the side. But like I said, still got to do a little bit of work on this game before I feel like I'm confident enough to make a play. Let's go back to what you guys are saying before we jump up off of here. Gag says he got the Mavs at -5, so he likes the Mavs. Darius says this year feels like the generational shift. We've been anticipating a lot of players starting to look old, but starting to look old out there. Could just be early though. Sometimes it takes them a while to kind of get their feet underneath them. Brian says Durant looks good closing out the Lakers the other night. Yeah, that was a nice bounce back spot. They needed that win. They definitely needed that win, especially after losing to the Lakers already. Tomorrow says Clippers got the Suns number in my opinion. It's always a close game. I can't lay points with the Suns on the road, and I agree with that tomorrow. I think they're always going to be a tad bit inflated just because you got Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. In my opinion, I always kind of feel like that. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the Clippers kept this game close and covered the number. That's probably what my research is going to show. Like I said, I just got a little bit more work to do, but I agree with this comment from tomorrow. Whip says, Brian, again, Durant has been looking well to start the season. Shout out my guy, Prop God, $4.99. Don't know here. He says, my guy, always consistent with the content. Keep grinding, bro. Much love. I'm trying to win, Prop. I'm just trying to win, bro. But I appreciate you as always and hope all is well with you, my guy. It's been a minute since we got a chance to chop it up. Hope all is well, though. Jeff says Suns Clip matchup has gone over 6 of the 7. Yeah, but this is different. I think game 1 of the series would have been an under game in regulation. And I think with the Clippers coming off an overtime game and, being a really poor offense, and the Suns also, both of these teams all like defensively are pretty good. Clippers 4th best defensive team in the NBA right now. Suns 7th best defensive team in the NBA right now. Defensively, they're both giving up about 215 points per game right now. It's just how much is Phoenix going to be able to score, because the Clippers offense has been trash, but the Phoenix Suns offense kind of middle of the pack. 112 points scored per 100 possessions, which is actually 18th. And you'd be expecting a little bit better than that, in my opinion. Dropping Dime says, just got to the chat, but Rock is Mav under 227.5. I like it, Dropping Dime. The way I'm looking in that one as well. It's under or it's Rockets, in my opinion. He says he likes Suns and Clippers under 2, and that's the only way I'm looking as well, bro. Even though the totals come up from 221.5 to 223.5. So we'll watch the market, see what happens today. But yeah, those are the ways that I'm kind of looking at the games as well, man. Let's add I'll add that to the short list here. Houston, Dallas under 227.5. And I'm only looking towards this game to go under as well. So Phoenix and Clippers under, what's the best number? 223.5, I think is the best number. Only ways I'm looking at the games for today, but like I said, I have not played either one of them. Here's the short list for myself for the whole game. I do like Milwaukee and Memphis under 226.5. Houston plus the 6.5. Probably my favorite dog of the day. Houston, Dallas to go under the total, and then this last game to go under 223.5 as well. Whatever I do make a play on, I'll send it out to the members. Looking for a bounce back, so I'm trying to take my time with the card today. The only game that I didn't get into, which I don't have too strong of an opinion on, is the Spurs and the Jazz. Jazz laying 2 at the crib, but I'm probably not going to touch that game if I'm being honest. Lauri Markkanen listed as questionable. You got the Spurs on the second leg of a back-to-back, third game in 4 nights. So I probably won't end up touching that game. But I know I'm not laying points with the Jazz either. Like that's something I probably won't do too much this whole season. But probably just not going to get there. If anything, probably an under. But Lauri Markkanen, I'm expecting him not to play. We'll see how it goes. The Jazz about to go out on a little road trip. I think at least a 3 or 4 game road trip. So it would make sense for him not to play and kind of get rested, especially at the beginning of the season. Jazz don't have anything to play for. You don't want to, injure somebody. You don't want to hurt somebody even more that has a back injury this early in the season that you just paid to be a franchise player. So those are my thoughts. I didn't play it though. I didn't play it. I didn't even like look into it. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts on the game. So top plays are here. Resources are here. Check these out if you guys are interested. All the referral codes and the coupon links are in the description of the video. Money Baller, 50% off still using ChrisBeCappinn as the code. Jackson, same thing. ChrisBeCappinn, 2 P's, 2 N's. Remember, the discount code for Jackson is off the tier. So whatever tier you end up signing for is what you get the discount for. You can't get the discount if you don't have if you sign up again. So if you sign up for a month, you get the discount off a month. But if you want it for longer, you want to sign up for longer so you can get the discount off the extended time that you want to use it for. And OzJam, always staring at the screen page. It's like Google for me. I'm always looking at the OzJam screen page to see where the money coming in at, who got the best lines, all of those different things, man. That'll be the show for today. Sorry, I don't have anything official for you guys, but like I said, just really want to take my time with the card today. I think it's a big slate again tomorrow on Friday, so we'll try to attack that tomorrow. And I will have probably a few official plays for the show tomorrow. But that's it for today. Hit the like button for me on your way out. Enjoy your Thursday. Take your kids trick-or-treating. Pass some candy out. Be a good citizen in the world today, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Y'all enjoy y'all Thursday. I'm out.